Okay, so we went over in class how to do the blanket stitch, and I'm going to just make this little review video for you so that you can watch it, pause it, refer back to it as many times as you need. So I have my two little guys, my front and my back. My front finished. Make sure yours has your mouth and if you have two eyes. Um, Today we are only sewing the body. We are not sewing the head today because we want to stuff it. So we are going to start. I have my needle and thread, needle and embroidery floss ready to go. And we are going to start at the neck, right at the neck joint. Coming from, and I have no knot in my thread. I'm going to come, sorry guys. Okay. I'm going to come from the back up through that little joint of the neck and pull. I want to make sure that I leave a good 2-inch or so tail to my work. Let me. Come on, focus. There we go. Right. So what I'm going to do, the first step, I'm holding the back of my thread or the end of my thread. I'm going to wrap around and come back up through the stitch where I was and pull. So it should look like this to start. I am then going to go back one stitch, go back from where I started 1/4 of an inch back, and I'm going to pull and not get a knot in my thread. And pull. So it should look like a little backwards LV kind of shape. And I have my tail on the back side. I have my tail and my working thread. Right. I am then going to come forward 1/4 of an inch. So I went around, back one, forward 1/4 of an inch, and pull. So it should look something like this. I'm then going to wrap around. The hardest part is starting, friends. I'm going to wrap around, come back up through the hole, through where I just was, pull, and then back into my very first stitch. Pull. So it should look something like that. I'm then going to advance 1/4 of an inch again. Pull, wrap around, come back from the back to the front, from the very same stitch, then return to here. And pull. Advance 1/4 of an inch. Wrap around, coming back through where I was. Back stitch to the previous stitch. Forward 1/4 of an inch. Wrap around, back. And you are going to continue this. Move forward 1/4 of an inch, wrap around, back stitch. You're going to continue this all the way around just the body, ending here, not clipping your threads. Do not cut your thread. Leave it to be, because then we're going to stuff the head and finish stitching around the head. Now, if the blanket stitch is way too hard for you to do, but you have tried it and it just is not working out, you can do something called the whip stitch. The whip stitch, you're going to stay right along the edge, and you're just going to wrap around, always coming from back to front, wrapping around the work. This time though, your stitches are way closer together. And you can work your way around. Same thing, you do not want to cut your threads at the end. You do not, please do not just do a basic running stitch. This will not be accepted if it's turned in looking, if I can even get it to work. There we go. Do not just do a basic running stitch. You need to do either the blanket stitch or the whip stitch. Please post a picture on this assignment box when you are finished just the body. I'll show you again. The front of your little guy will look like this. Remember, we're not doing the head, so ignore that for now. And the back will look something like this. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. If you need any supplies replaced, please let me know ASAP, and I will do my very best to help you out. All right, bye for now.